Hi guys, Daz here with yet another comic book haul. This is episode 41 and it's finally time to reveal what I picked up at last weekend's Birmingham Comic Con. Yeah, I'm excited to show these books, guys. It certainly is quality for me over quantity. The prices were rather ridiculous, as you can imagine. In fact, it got to the stage at one point I found New Teen Titans issue 21, The First Brother Blood. £40, 40 quid. Oh my days. I recently sent that issue to JPL Flash Comic Geek Zone, and it's a minor key. It's a good minor key, but it ain't worth 40 quid. So you can see the kind of thing I was up against, guys. It was tough going. But there were deals there if you dug deep enough. And you know me, I'm a chaser and I like to dig. So first of all, like I say, it took me an hour to get there. Well, a little over an hour. I went both days, Saturday and the Sunday. And the Saturday was so tiring. Literally got in from work about 12:30. And I was up bright and early for 7. And not many hours sleep. So, yeah. Like I said, I covered some ground as well. It was vast. It was so big. I think a lot of you have seen the video footage of the con itself. I'm at nearly 500 views on that, which is mind-blowing. Now on the Saturday I was there, I was looking most of the day for an artist I wanted to get some books signed from. That was Fraser Irving. He's done a ton of work, both with Marvel and DC and independent. So I had looked through my collection and I picked out some books that he had done. But I didn't find him on the Saturday, and I was a little bit concerned that he wasn't going to be showing. But I turned up on the Sunday and there he was. And apparently he was there on the Saturday. I just could not find him. So let me just show. I got 8 books signed by Fraser Irving, who, by the way, was a fantastic guy. Told me some pretty cool stories along the way. First of all, I got signed Clarion, the Witch Boy, and this is the Seven Soldiers book. As you can see there, Fraser Irving, 2018. Let me take a selfie with the guy as well, and a little video that was supposed to be a photo, but it was 3 seconds of fame with an artist. He also did this one recently, Thanos Annual 18. Thanos Annual, and this is of course from 2018. He also did the variant Mike Deodato Jr. cover, work on that. Picked these up just this week because he was going to be there. This is Justice League Drowned Earth Part 3. This is issue 12 of Justice League. The stunning variant cover. Delighted to get this one signed. This was the Lucio Perillo Aquaman movie cover. Be really cool one day to perhaps get Jason Momoa to double sign that. I have met Jason Momoa. Apparently Jason Momoa was signing 3 books in Forbidden Planet in London to promote the movie. He was there with the director, is it James Wan? Now this was interesting. This is Robin issue 157. And this is the first appearance of Uria. But what makes this a little bit more interesting is the fact that he originally did a much different cover to this, and he had to take it back and redo it because it kind of looked like Robin was performing a sexual act by all accounts. So found that pretty interesting. This was another little interesting tale. This one just came out a couple of weeks ago, and this is the Suicide Squad Black Files. Now this is the first appearance of Aladdin, who was revealed to have been a Green Lantern. But like I say, what makes it interesting is that DC initially was going to introduce a character named Dr. Endless. Now Fraser Irving, I believe, drew a picture of Dr. Endless on the front cover. Now, Dr. Endless was based on the 7 Endless from the Sandman. But Neil Gaiman disallowed it. So basically, Fraser Irvin was telling me that by putting Dr. Endless on the front cover, obviously Neil Gaiman saw it. Now, Dr. Endless was also originally inside the book, in the interiors. But with Neil Gaiman seeing Dr. Endless on the front cover, he obviously disallowed the book. Now, if Dr. Endless had not been on the front cover, the interior would have stayed, and Fraser Irvin said that they would have had a lawsuit from Neil Gaiman. So I found that really intriguing. Finally, this was really interesting. I took this book along for him to sign. This is Batman Incorporated, issue 6. And this is the first appearance of Orphan, who was Cassandra Cain, and also as the Black Bat in this book. It's the first appearance of the Average Joe's team. Also the first appearance of Emoticon Man, who was Stephen Lang. Now this is a Chris Burnham cover. But like I said, I checked Comic Book Realm and various other sources, and I even looked inside the book. And like I say, Fraser Irvin, he signed this book. But after he signed it, he looked at it and thought for a minute, and then he said, wait a minute, I didn't actually work on this book. Sorry about that. I thought, oh, wow. But it says you did. And then I opened the interior and I showed him that, in fact, Fraser Irvin did work on this book. No, mate, I didn't, he said. I can't believe this. He then proceeded to take a photograph of the book. So whether this will appear on his Twitter, because he is going to pour DC on this. This is, in fact, an error book. And I've now got it signed by the artist who was supposedly working on it, and he didn't. So there we go. Thought that was fascinating. Moving on, picked up this pretty cool MCM commemorative coin that they were giving away for free. I don't know if you can see that. It's quite sorry about the glare. Now, onto the things that you've been waiting for. Well, books in a sec. First of all, like I say, I went along on the second day with my good friend Carl Smart, and we decided to go back to the car halfway through the day and realised that we couldn't remember where we parked. And it took us well over an hour to find the car, as you can imagine, with thousands of cars there. So, yeah, that was something we'll remember for a while. But he was a great guy, Carl. And he, for taking him down there, he gave me a couple of quid, actually, to put towards some stuff, including this. I tried to say no, I don't want your money, Carl, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. So thank you, Carl. This allowed me to get this Batman print signed by Jason OMara. Jason OMara. 2 days, look. I'm Batman from Jason OMara. Now, Jason OMara told me an interesting little fact, but he told me to basically keep it to myself. Basically, there is going to be a big announcement at San Diego Comic-Con coming up early next year, where he is going to be portraying Batman in a major animated feature. I'm going to say no more. I do know what it is. It's a very iconic storyline. That's all I will say. Can't wait for that. Yeah, apparently he's taken over from Kevin Conroy on that duty. But like I say, Jason OMara was a great guy, and I have so many of his animated features. DC really do nail the animated, so it was a thrill to meet him. He's also the Patriot in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I think he appeared in Terra Nova, to name but a few things. Okay, up next, T-Pub Comics were there. Now, T-Pub, they made a book recently that I was on the lookout for, and for the life of me, I cannot think what it was. But I approached them, and they had a free comic to give away. Normally, I don't do free comics at all, but this is pretty cool because this is Stan Lee's Lucky Man, and this is a flip book, and obviously T-Pub are a very small publisher. So there's Stan Lee's Lucky Man on that side, and The Theory on that side. Now I've looked this up on eBay, and I was wondering if this went for anything, and they're asking 20 plus for this now. Maybe it's to do with Stan Lee's name being on the book, because he had something to do with the TV series. But either way, pretty cool to have, because like I say, TPub Comics are a very small company. Okay, finally onto the books that I've purchased. And we started, like I say, my game face went on when I first got there. There was just so much happening. I was tired. There was probably 10 to 12 comic sellers there, but trying to find the deals was tough, trust me. But I did find, I dug into one box and I found a lovely run of Supergirl. Now, not keys as such, but these covers are all done by Joshua Middleton. Yes, Joshua Middleton. Fantastic. Now, this is from the 2009 run. Now, I originally had one of these Middleton covers, but now I've got a whole host more because I picked up 8 at £1 a piece. You know me, always looking for deals. This is issue 38. Look at this, I love it, just love it. It's good to see how his work's evolved as well. This is issue 39 from Middleton. These are all Middleton covers. Issue 41. Love this one. So crystal clear, his work. This is the one I had, and this is the one that really goes for some coin now on eBay. This is issue 43. Look at that beauty. Now this book may go into a prize pool at some point. Next we've got 45. $46. All Middleton covers. $49. And finally, $51. All in pretty decent neck. 7.5s, I'd say. Pushing 8. £1 a piece. Now on to the keys. This is a book that was one of my hot comic book alerts, and I managed to find a second copy. Yeah, I have one originally. This one isn't quite as good as my original copy, but for £1.50, how on earth can I leave it there? This is Dark Avengers issue 1. Yeah, we know what it is. There's a lot of spec that this is going to be a movie down the line. Looking online now, this is a 20 to 25 to even a £30 book. Again, this is going to make a prize, I think, at some point. I've got a prize package coming up very soon for my 500 subscriber contest. I think that's also the first appearance of the, is it the Iron Patriot? Okay, up next we've got an Iron Man title. Don't know how many of you know about this. Look, I like bringing in some useless facts now and again, but I got a feeling this might have some legs sometime down the line, because Pepper Potts, Iron Man. Yeah. I can't even think of who's the actress who plays Pepper Potts. I'm so good with names normally. It'll come to me in a sec. Anyway, she has confirmed that at some point Iron Man and Pepper Potts is going to have a baby. They're going to have a baby. This is Invincible Iron Man, issue 500. What's so key about this one? Well, this is the first appearance of Virginia Ginny Stark. Yeah. This is set in the future, I believe about 41 years. And this is the first appearance of their child. So this is basically Tony Stark's kid. Okay. Now, like I say, she is a lot older in this because it is set in the future. She's probably in her 20s, Ginny Stark. But if And when, because like I say, it has been announced that Iron Man is going to have a child sometime in the MCU. This is the book to look out for. This is the variant cover. Like I say, there's 2 or 3 covers to this. This is the big issue 500 of Iron Man. Okay? It's a big, thick book. I have read it. It took me some time. Up next, this is a book I was going to pick up down the Antique Centre at £10. But I thought it was too steep. But I do think that this character has got some legs. And I do believe this character is going to appear at some point in the Punisher TV series. This is a tough book for me to find. Every time I look through this run, this character is missing. This comic is missing. This is Punisher Max, issue 31. Okay, and this is the first appearance of Barracuda, who is a main villain of the Punisher. Okay, paid £2 for that. Another bargain. £2 for Barracuda. I went to a stand that I've interesting, you know, because I picked up recently Legion of Monsters off for £1 in at the Gloucester Comic Con, and it was a great find because that book online is a 30, at least a 25 to £30 book, even in a pence copy. First Legion of Monsters, yeah. Well, a guy had it up on his wall for £40. And I just thought that was a little bit rich because it wasn't the best of copy. Well, I'd say it was probably about a 7 grade. And then I was looking through his dollar boxes and he had one in there for £15. And I said, I don't think this belongs in here, mate. He went, oh yeah. He said, because we've run into each other a few times. He said, how much would you put it on for? I said, well, I don't think you're going to get any takers at 40. And I think 15's a bit too cheap. Try 25. Okay, I'll do just that. Came back a little while later. Yeah, it was on for 25. So he listened to Dazzie the Key Chaser there, which was pretty cool. But like I say, I went to this stand and there was 3 books that interested me quite a bit. Now, they were only mid-grade, but 3 keys and a decent affordable price that I couldn't say no to. This one is hot at the moment. This is a 25 to £30 book at the moment, with a big talk of the Captain Marvel film. This is Uncanny X-Men 164. Again, he asked me, he said, it's not a key issue, is it? And I said, well, not really, knowing that there's something involved. He said, how much would you pay for it? Because I know if you know it, it's got to be something. And I said, well, 5. I'd say 5. I wouldn't go any higher. Okay, 5 it is. £5 I paid. Well, Uncanny X-Men at 164. This is the first appearance and origin of Binary. He was obviously Carol, Susan, Jane, Danvers. Now, Carol Danvers obviously later becomes Miss Marvel, and then finally Captain Marvel. So this is an early incarnation. Carol Danvers as Binary. Now this one was beat up. I passed in it recently for £1, and I've regretted it ever since. This one he had for £3. I thought that's fair price. It had a sticker on the back. I've managed to remove that. I've cleaned it up a bit. It presents okay. It's mid-grade. But again, this is a book I think has a lot of legs. It is a hot book online still, 25 to 30. And like I say, this character, I recently picked up Werewolf by Night issue 32, first Moonlight. Now, it is widely talked that Moonlight is either going to get his own series or a feature film at some point. If that happens, this character, I believe, 100% is going to make an appearance at some point. And this is Moonlight issue 25 from the 1982 first run of Moonlight. This is the first appearance of the Black Spectre, who is Carson Knowles. Like I said, this book I passed on for £1 a while back, and it's stuck in my mind. First time I saw it, you know, this book is always missing. First time I've seen it since, and I grabbed it. I'm not letting it go for 3. You know, even in this grade, which is a probably mid-grade 5, I'd probably get £15 for this. So, if I ever saw it, and I don't sell. The final book I picked up from this guy, again, it's a book that's always been on my radar. First time I've ever seen it. he had it on for 8. I said, can you do 5? He said, how about 6? 6, okay. Again, it's mid-grade, 4 to 5. But again, it's a 20 quid plus book all day long, approaching 30 some days. This is Thor Annual 11. Yeah, as you can see, like, it needs a press. I'm not happy about this, you know, but it is what it is. 6 quid. Normally, like I say, you're paying 15 to 20 for this book. And this is obviously the first appearance of Eitri, the King of the Dwarfs. And Eitri is the guy who makes Stormbreaker in Avengers Infinity War. Yeah, you know, a little dwarf guy. Well, I say little dwarf, he's a giant dwarf, isn't he, in the movie. And it's also got the origin of Thor in this book, so it's a double whammy, okay? So it's another Avengers character I can tick off my list. Then we moved, I looked around and I found another store which had a couple of books I was interested in. This was a nice one. Had it on for 10. I said, can you do 5? They said, no, I think I said, can you do 6? He said, how about 8? Okay, 8's good. 8's okay. This is a character that is gaining so much popularity, got a lot of heat. Recently appeared in, I think it's the Alpha Omega animated series? I think so. Where she teams up with Captain Marvel, Kamala Khan and Squirrel Girl. This is Invincible Iron Man. Now, it's not the first cameo, but this is the first full appearance. Invincible Iron Man, issue number 9. Yeah, happy to get this one, guys. Like I say, paid £8 for it. And this is the first full appearance of Riri Williams. Riri Williams. He was Ironheart. And Ironheart is widely tipped to be appearing in the MCU down the line. Possibly as early as Avengers 4. So, happy to get that. It's also the first appearance of Eric Lynch. This is a Civil War II tie-in, and it's a Mike Deodato Jr. cover. Read the book. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. Riri makes armor for herself in this issue. This was a great find. Now, this was a store that kind of annoyed me at the end of the week because on last day on Sunday, right at the end, you expect them to come down a little bit. They had a book that I was kind of interested in. It was on another one from my alerts recently. Captain Marvel, issue 59. It's the first appearance of his Siles or something like that, who's going to be in the Eternals movie by all accounts. It was a pence copy. It was about a 7. It had it on for 5. I thought, well, I'll offer 4. You know, sorry, can't do that. Only on books over £15 plus. Really? I thought, really? That's how you treat your customers. Well, I left it just through, stand me ground. I'm not paying that. Anyway, prior to that, on the Saturday, I picked up a cracking issue and he didn't even know. He basically said, do you collect the figures as well? No, I don't. This is a film, again, that's coming out. It's Hellboy. It's coming out very soon. The reason, and I've picked up this one. Hellboy, The Wild Hunt, issue 2. This is a book that is hot, hot, hot. I paid £4 for this just to show the guy knows nothing about comics, basically. Because like I said, he had issues there. They were going for 20 and 30. Stuff like X-Force and garbage like that. I don't know where they get their prices from. But this is the first cameo appearance of Nimu, the Blood Queen. I think she's going to be played by, is it Mila Zosovich or something like that. She's the one out of Resident Evil anyway. And yeah, I've read this book. It is wacky. Hellboy stuff is wacky, isn't it? It really is. But I am looking forward to the film. And to have this first appearance, like I say, this is a £25, £30 book all day long. Now this is about a 6.57 grade. But I've always been on the lookout for this. And to find it for 4, delighted. So, like I say, I headed back to the store where I got the Riri Williams book because they've got some good books there. In fact, I picked up 2 from that store the day of my first purchase, and they're going to be my big books at the end. But this is a book they had on for £15. It is a book I've always wanted. There's an upcoming animated series based on this character. The series itself is very hot at the moment. For £10 I offered, and they accepted £10, which was great. This is Devil Dinosaur, issue 1. Yeah, happy to get this one. This is a good one. Some nice Bronze Age goodness for a tenner. This first appearance and origin of the Devil Dinosaur, and the first appearance and origin of Moonboy. It's also the first appearance of Stonehand. And again, this book's slightly coming down in price on Comic Book Realm. It's about a $30 book now, but you're looking online and you're paying, I think the cheapest I've seen is about 15, as high as 40. So to get it for 10, another Bronze Age key ticked off the list, delighted. Because I picked up I got all the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur key issues, including issue 1. So I got first Moon Girl, and I got first Moon Boy, and Devil Dinosaur now. This was my last purchase on the Sunday. I only picked up 3 books on the Sunday, but this one, I'll tell you what, guys, I've read this. This is one of the best books I have ever read. It has been optioned. They had it on for 20. I offered 15. They accepted, which I'm delighted about. I've been looking for this book. Cannot find it. This is a stunning read, honest to God. Emotion, there's violence. Oh, it's got it all. This is from Aftershock Comics, Animosity, issue 1. Yeah, delighted with this book, guys. Honestly, if you haven't read Animosity, if I can find the other issues, I will probably grab them. This is going to make some fantastic television. Basically, it's about animals that one day awaken and they can talk. And it's about this girl and she and this dog. This dog's called Sandor, I believe. And the dog basically protects the girl against other animals and stuff. It is fantastic. There's bad language. It's for mature audiences. But guys, read Animosity. Great stuff. So, I'm down to 2. And it's the 2 I picked up. When I first got there, like I say, I didn't have my game head on. The books all seemed well too pricey and they weren't in the grade I was after. Then I saw 2 books were there. One for 45, one for 35. My first purchase of the day was 2 books, combined 80 quid. Delighted to get both of these. These are unbelievably hot. Let's get on with the first of them. And that is Rags 1. Yeah. £35 for Rags 1. This isn't the reprinted version. This is the original McCoy. Unbelievable. Like I say, guys, I picked up Rags 2 recently. Rags 1 has always been on my radar. Online, this is a £50 to £60 book still. Even 75 I've seen them go for. So to get it for 35 and in high grade, absolutely delighted. Like I say, Rags is on fire from Antarctic Press. We got Punchlines on fire from Antarctic Press. They are going to be crossing over in the new year. Hoping to get that issue. I've pre-ordered it. Delighted. Rags 1. That leaves my final book. The final one that has eluded me. £45. It's there, guys. It's there. It's one of them books. This is as minty as it gets. I paid 45. I'm going to read it once. I'm going to put it away because this angered me buying this. Batman Damned. This is the cover that goes for the most coin. They had the Jim Lee one there as well. I went back on the second day. They upped it to 50. 45 is a good price. I said to myself, if I was going to find it for under 50, I was going to buy it. Like I say, this book has annoyed me for the longest time. I had it in my hands. I was reading it in the shop and I put it back because I thought £7 was too much and the size of the book is off-putting. But guys, this book has been, I mean, if you follow my top 10s every week, this has been number 1 for almost every week, I think. And it's still number 1 currently. It is flying off the shelf on eBay. It's still flying. I think there were 85 copies sold last week. This is a £60 book now with postage. You're probably talking 70. You know, I've seen them as low as 52 on eBay. So 45. That was as much as I was ever going to pay. I can rest. I will never read it again once I've read it once. The Batawang has struck. But there we go, guys. I've picked up some real crackers there, I think. A lot of key issues. I'm in the midst of putting another haul video together. Damn your Batawang. Batman, Aquaman, Rocket Raccoon, Star-Lord. That's Dazzie. Thank you so much, everyone who's been subscribing. 512 as I see right now. I'm about to hit 500 views on one of my videos, which I never ever thought was possible. If you like what you see, please subscribe, like, tick the alert bell. I'm back very, very soon. I got alerts coming. I've got all sorts coming for you guys. That's Daz, over and out. Bye for now.